Welcome to Intel's next generation Core Ultra global launch. It is so nice seeing so many familiar faces in the room, from press, analysts, partners, customers, and thank you for tuning on our live stream for this event. This is a big moment for Intel, and today isn't just about launching something new, it's about celebrating the incredible work, thousands of hours across the companies in our industry that contributed to delivering this product. From sand to silicon, our ecosystem has created something incredibly powerful, Lunar Lake. Okay, so now let's move on to the topic of the day, Lunar Lake. Today we're proud to announce our newest Core Ultra processor, codenamed Lunar Lake. Lunar Lake has significant architectural innovations, cores, graphics, and AI. It's the most power-efficient processor we have ever built. How does Intel deliver a leadership product? Through silicon, then in partnership in systems and products with customers, and then, of course, software. And we're going to go through each one of these today, and we'll start, of course, with the foundational level of silicon, power, and performance. And then we'll show you together how our ecosystem comes together to deliver amazing products. And finally, how software on top of this hardware at scale is enabling a new level of software innovation we had only imagined for the last several years. Lunar Lake is a processor without compromise. It's completely new. We've overhauled the entire architecture, its design, and its construction. Man, there are so many things we wanted to share with you today, so we boiled it down to what we think are the 5 most important aspects that will inspire our users. What's a great processor to start with? A great CPU core. And Lunar Lake has 2 types. First, the performance core. It's wider, faster, and more scalable than any core we've ever built. It's the new foundation for how we think about core design moving forward. Compared to our last P core, it delivers double-digit increases in performance, performance per watt, and performance per area. With Lion Cove, Lunar Lake delivers the fastest CPU core of any processor in a thin and light laptop. Let's move on to the second type of core, the efficiency core we codenamed SkyMont. We brought even more radical improvements to the E-core. It has 2x the throughput for AI. It has a much better and enhanced branch predictor. It's wider and deeper for more throughput and has a massive 68% IPC increase. Yes, 68%. And the E-core is really about power, so let's come back to that in a minute. Okay, so that was cores. Now let's move on to graphics. The overall in our graphics processor is just as remarkable. Lunar Lake is the first product to use our new Xe2 graphics architecture, and Xe2 delivers substantial improvements in energy efficiency. There are 8 graphics cores in Lunar Lake. The average performance lift of each core, about 30%. In many games, examples Cyberpunk, Spider-Man, Hogwarts Legacy, we're seeing performance improvements up to 50%. The crowning achievement of Xe2 is simple. It's the fastest built-in GPU in the industry. To prove that, we've tested nearly 50 different games, and we're faster than our competitors' best, 16% faster than AMD. 68% faster than Qualcomm. And that was actually very difficult to measure because 23 games didn't run on the ARM processor. Gaming is more than just performance. Our investment in drivers and day zero game compatibility are a huge part of the experience for our customers. The art graphics in Lunar Lake gets the same features, the same drivers, the same attention to detail that a discrete graphics card gets. And unlike other hardware recently launched, our graphics support doesn't fall apart when running common APIs. The result is this brings 1080p gaming to thin and light systems with great frame rates and really nice frame times. It is a great time to be a PC buyer when thin and light systems can do gaming performance like this. Now we'd like to show a demonstration of the Arc GPU in action running on Lunar Lake. All systems are running the same game, Dota 2. We're going to look at performance and power. So first up, look at Lunar Lake versus AMD on the left. Both are running about the same frame rates, but Lunar Lake is running at about 30% lower power. Then if you move to the right-hand side, you'll see Lunar Lake versus Qualcomm, and Lunar Lake's running about 25% faster, but at half the power. If we do the math, Lunar Lake laptop delivers 35% more energy efficiency than AMD, and over twice that of Qualcomm. At the end of the day, however, we know performance is king for everyone watching, so let's recap. We're 30% faster than our prior gen, 16% faster than AMD, and 68% faster than Qualcomm. Okay, so we've covered cores, and we've talked about graphics. Now let's move on to AI. We have 120 total platform TOPS in Lunar Lake, and every one of our engines have been increased in their capability. The NPU is 4 times bigger. The GPU has added AI extensions, and we've doubled the AI throughput of the cores. XE2 has another trick called XE matrix extensions. We call it XMX, which delivers up to 67 TOPS just from the GPU. The Lunar Lake GPU is the fastest AI accelerator in a mobile processor ever. Our ISVs appreciate a balanced platform approach, with over a third of them targeting the GPU for AI. And this approach allows them to bring their best experience to their products, to their customers. Building on the GPU, we also have a new NPU, nearly 4 times the performance of our prior gen, up to 48 TOPS. Other NPUs have similar specs on paper, but we deliver the best performance by doing more with every TOP because our developers are focused on optimizing their applications and enabling new workloads versus fixing legacy compatibility issues. Okay, so cores, graphics, AI. Now let's talk about power efficiency. Lunar Lake systems shatter the myth that x86 can't do low power and long battery life. Lunar Lake is the most efficient x86 processor ever. The efficiency in Lunar Lake is far more than cores. It's packaging, it's the fabrics, it's how we cache, and of course, process technology. It's a revolution in building the chip with the system and our partners, because that's how we deliver the exceptional efficiency. Compared to our previous generation, we slashed SoC power 50%. When it came to battery life, we pulled out all the stops. Laptops based on Lunar Lake can deliver 20 hours of active and productive battery life. In fact, we measured it this week on a customer system ready to launch, and that's 20 hours in a workload that is much more demanding than simply watching a video on a dimmer screen. Okay, cores, graphics, AI, efficiency. Let's finally touch on compatibility. Before you can even experience performance or power, you need your application to just run. There's nothing more frustrating than when when you load your app, it doesn't work. Core Ultra is built on the proven platform of x86 with software compatibility. You don't need a website to check if your favorite app will run. Generational compatibility is one of the PC's greatest strengths, and Lunar Lake does not break that trust.
So if that wasn't enough, I have one more thing to share. Pre-orders for Lunar Lake start today. Exactly. And you can see systems on retail shelves starting September 24th. We have more than 80 unique designs across more than 20 top OEMs, many of our partners here in the audience, being sold in more than 30 retailers around the world. Only Intel can deliver this scale. What you see over here on your right and my left is a device wall of high-quality premium systems from all of our top OEM partners. And we can't wait for each of you to get your hands on one. Today, I hope we showed you why Intel Core Series 2 is the perfect processor for your next PC. We showed you that we have the fastest CPU cores. We've got the best graphics. We have the most stable and performant AI in the industry. And we have a battery life that stands at the top of the mountain. Those were all the commitments that we've made throughout this year, all the promises we made you on Lunar Lake. And we delivered. On top of that, we have a device library of software going back decades, with even more to come. Only Intel can deliver a product like Lunar Lake at the scale this industry needs to bring AI PCs to life. So for those of you in the room, I encourage you to check out our demo showcase to see all the experiences we've talked about firsthand. And for those of you joining us online, please visit your local retailer to experience the performance yourself. This is a culmination of thousands of hours across the ecosystem with our customers and with the amazing engineers. Thank you for joining us.
In the morning, catch myself squeezing